Hi everybody. Since I don't have enough to do, I decided to start a vlogging series that I'm going to call Real is Beautiful. Because if you read my blog, you know I've been dealing with some stuff around, whitewashing and needing to um, appear to the world to be, all faultless and perfect and all that stuff. And even though I do blog from a very authentic place most of the time and I talk about my stuff in a very honest way, I still have an enormous amount of anxiety about being in the world in an authentic way. Every time I put myself out there, I feel really vulnerable and really scared, and it puts me on the defensive. So I felt like it was time to sort of take that on, um, and just share, who I really am with you, because I think that it's easy if you're in a position where you're kind of hurting mixed media cats or pagan cats, which I do, as a podcaster and as a someone who co-manages Wild Precious. I'm in a position of perceived authority, even though I'm not an authority. I'm just there to hold space. Um, but I'm just a person, and I feel like sometimes that gets lost in the translation. So I wanted to bring that awareness back, both into my own awareness and also into your awareness. So a little bit about what was going on with me yesterday. So yesterday I was reading through Observation Journaling, which is an awesome program put together by LEM. I love her. I love her work. She's like astonishingly good. She like makes me drool, and I have total e-course envy because I want to write courses just like hers. And she was talking in the very first part of um, the course about creating rituals, and I was getting all excited, and I was like, okay, this is an opportunity to like totally change my life, and I'm gonna completely change my habits, and um, totally setting myself up for failure in a huge major way. So my morning routine is generally this: I sleep until I wake up. Usually that's 8:39, somewhere around there. I don't have to get up to go to a job outside my house, so I'm lucky in that way. But I usually launch myself, bedhead and all, in my pajamas down the stairs to grab a cup of coffee, and then I'm right here in this world, like immediately, without any transition from sleeping to uh, working. I just go straight into this world, and I often beat myself up for that. I often give myself hell for, oh, that's not very gentle. You're not being very nice to yourself. Um, so I was looking at this idea in the observational journaling e-course, and I was thinking, oh, I'm going to totally change everything. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to set up a ritual, a morning art journaling ritual, where I get up and I float serenely down the stairs to grab a cup of herbal tea, and I'll sit on the back steps with the dogs regardless of the weather, just so that I can get a taste of nature, and I'll do my morning pages, and then I'll sit down and I'll art journal first thing in the morning. um, and I was getting all excited about this and thinking, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's going to totally change my life. And then I wrote myself a note in my day timer to remind myself not to make my list of things to do in the morning until I had done my proposed new routine. Of course, I got up this morning and I launched myself out of bed, and I'm sick, so I'm not, I'm not my best. I'm very foggy headed. I have a really bad head cold. And in my pajamas, see? I don't know if you can see those, but they're lumberjack pajamas, um, and a nightshirt, and bed hat, and BO, and unbrushed teeth, and unwashed face, and the whole shoot and match, and just completely launched myself into this world that is the internet, and completely forgot all of my wonderful and good intentions until I opened my day timer to mark down my MITs for the day, or most important tasks. Um, and as I'm sitting there looking at this note I wrote for myself, I had this sudden kind of epiphany, this sudden like sledgehammer to the brain. Wow, you're really mean to yourself. Like, not only are you making a list of most important things to do today when you're sick, and all you should be doing is curling up on the couch with tea and honey and watching crap on, Netflix. But you've got this like whole how to change your life in 2.5 seconds thing planned out for yourself without ever even considering or asking yourself, Effie, is it really that crucial that you change your morning routine? Like, just because you've read some things on the internet about how a gentle morning is a better morning, and stuff like that. Maybe, maybe this is how you like your morning. Maybe you like the launching yourself out of bed and into, into Wild Precious, because it's what I'm passionate about, right? So I'm excited. I want to come and see what's going on, both in the studio and in the coffee house. So I did some journaling about that, and I thought about that a little bit, and I came to the conclusion that as long as at some point during the day I'm pushing back away from this world and I'm going off to experience the world that is actually real outside my front door, as long as I'm showering and eating and, taking care of myself at some point during the day, it doesn't really matter when that happens. Like, it's okay that I'm so eager to get into the stuff that's going on at Wild Precious that I launched myself into it. I don't have to change my whole life. There's no need to perfect a morning routine. I'm not really a morning person. It usually takes me a couple of hours to get geared up and ready to start actually producing things. I like my morning routine. There, I'm going to embrace it. I like it. I like getting up, getting my coffee, coming in here, checking my email, seeing what's up. It really doesn't cause, it does. I thought it caused me anxiety. That's not what causes the anxiety. What causes the anxiety is the pressure I put on myself to do it differently. Instead of just embracing, this is who I am, this is what I like, I'm like, oh, I gotta be different, I gotta be different. That's where the anxiety is coming from. So I thought I would share that with you. Speaking of observational journaling, even though I'm doing mixed media and journal art boot camp, link below, and Life is a Verb, link below. That's work I'm doing in the studio. From my own personal work, I want to really work through the 30 prompts that are given in observational journaling, because I love them so much. And I was thinking about doing it in an accordion-bound journal with a limited palette, just to make my life even more difficult. I'm drooling. So I'm thinking about doing that, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. I don't know when I'm going to get started. What I'm going to do first is make sure like all the material for MMJA Bootcamp is in the can before I start something new. But I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to be excited about art journaling. It's awesome. So that's where I'm at. I'm probably going to be doing a new podcast, link down there, in the next couple of days as soon as my head clears, because this head cold makes even like talking hurt. It's, perfect day to start a vlog. And I don't know how often I'm going to be coming in here to talk to you, but expect regular updates, because I'm really working on self-acceptance. I'm really working on the reality that I live in being meaningful and beautiful without my having to do anything to make it so. Embracing and loving exactly what is, exactly in the moment. And that's not easy for me. I was not raised with the understanding that I was enough and that my life was good enough. Everything was, whitewashed and had to be perfect. So this is going to be a struggle for me. And I'm posting it because I suspect it's a struggle for a lot of people. And I love to, be witnessed in my struggles. I like it when I have people who are witnessing me on my journey. But I also love knowing that sometimes my struggle, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I like knowing that sometimes my struggle helps somebody else in their struggle. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to put myself out there for flames or Rotten Tomato lobbying. If you have anything negative to say, just keep it to yourself. I'm not fucking interested. Dragon scale, sorry. But if you are, if you are blessed by this, or if you have an experience with it that helps you to have some kind of a breakthrough about your own self-care and your own easing up on yourself, I would love to hear about it. Either in the comments, you can email me at effyswild@gmail.com. That's EFFYSWILD, can't think, @gmail.com. Love you all. Thanks for putting up with my bedhead and awful bags and what have you. Smooches. I'll see you soon.